Tewksbury and our final meeting here at the beautiful Tewksbury Country Club. My name is Beth McFadden, and I am joined by my fellow board member, Jane Wellman, to facilitate tonight's Impact Award meeting. Our Giving Circle has been incredibly fortunate to identify venues that have graciously opened their doors to us at no charge so that our collective resources could be dedicated to the nonprofits that are serving our region. We are especially thankful to Mark and Lisa Ginsburg and the Tewksbury Country Club for the hospitality tonight. Not only have they provided the venue, but they have generously supplied our group with appetizers whenever we have met in this beautiful space. TCC, yay! TCC has been a Tewksbury treasure for 25 years, and we are all incredibly grateful to have had the opportunity to enjoy it. Before we begin, we have a brief video to share, so I'm going to draw your attention to the screen.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. That's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
You just watched a terrific video montage courtesy of Janine Perron. Thank you very much for showing us the power and the thousands of big impact dollars that we've donated since June 2021. And that brings us to an invitation. Since we've been gathering together for nearly 2 years, the board would like to do a check-in with our membership to welcome both positive and constructive feedback and to examine our guidelines for nominating and presenting. We thought a Zoom meeting in early January would be a great way to kick off the new year, and so you are all invited to join us on Zoom on Thursday, January 12th from 7 to 8 p.m. You'll get an email. That's kind of a loud thing happening there with the microphone. This is entirely optional, but we value your opinion, and we would love for you to participate and join us. We will send reminders by Facebook as well. Beth.
As you know, at each meeting, 2 generous community businesses or organizations volunteer to sponsor our runners-up with a gift of $250. Tonight's sponsors are Wicked Cornhole and Bayberry at Emerald Court. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Bayberry is a returning sponsor, having sponsored our first event in June of last year. And Wicked Cornhole is a new sponsor, but they have been supplying us with our big checks for all 7 meetings. So we're really thankful for that. If you haven't already done so, please visit Brenda over at the Bayberry table, or visit Stacy and Bruce at the Wicked Cornhole table for custom boards. And thanks for bringing the games today, too. Tonight, we have the pleasure to meet 3 brand new nominees. We have Girls Inc. from Greater Lowell, we have Lowell Makes, and we have the Tewksbury Police Athletic League. But before we get started hearing from our nominees, we would like to welcome back our September grant recipient, Katie's Closet, and here we have Executive Director Nikki Cockrell.
Thank you so much. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here tonight, because to tell you what has transpired since September is everything. First, just to remind you what you were doing for us. It costs us $25,000 to build a school, but it's the gift that keeps on giving. When we build the school, this includes everything from paint to carpet to fixtures to clothing to everything we put in it to serve our children in our in-school closets. It's there for the life of the school. So once we build it, it's going to serve every student for as long as that school is open, which you always hope is forever. We were short. We had been trying to build out the Lowell Community Charter Public School, LCCPS, for a long time, for several years. And we were short $10,000. And there you were, our saviors. So about this school. There's over 800 kids. They're 94% diverse. They are 76% low income. So if you've ever seen this building on Jackson Street in Lowell, it looks like almost a big apartment building. And that's because many families live above the school. So they literally just send their kids down there. We learned that the need was so incredible that we were able to extend our partnership to the Merrimack Valley Food Bank and add non-perishable food as an incorporation into the closet. So because you allowed us to say yes to the school and yes to these students, we were able to bring yet another and leverage another needed resource for food security. So it took us several months to build out the space, working on the right space within the school. And as we speak, tomorrow night, the fixtures are going in and the clothing is arriving on Friday or Monday, just depending on the school schedule. So I don't know what else to say other than it's been a tear fest at LCCPS, a tear fest at Katie's Closet, because when you have, over 800, nearing 1,000 children who need your help on a daily basis, you made that happen. we honestly would not be opening the school this year if it weren't for you. So, thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
For our new members, let's take a minute to explain the process. When you arrived, you received a ballot and an envelope. After we have heard from all of our nominees this evening, we ask that you immediately mark your ballot, and we will have our volunteers come around to collect them. When the winner is announced, we ask that you mark your envelope appropriately to indicate whether you have included a check or cash inside the envelope, or whether you will be making an electronic payment this evening. All envelopes, even the ones marked electronic payment, need to be returned so that we can mark you as paid. You will also notice that there are brown supplementary donation envelopes on each table, and there are extras at the check-in table. If you feel particularly moved by one of our runners-up, you are most welcome to provide an additional gift of your choice to either or both. This is entirely optional, of course. Finally, since this is the final meeting in this venue, we would like to take one last group picture by the fireplace this evening. If you would like to be part of that picture, and we hope you do, please join us at the fireplace shortly after the winner is announced, and we'll announce that later on. So now we're ready to begin. As a reminder, our nominees are given 5 minutes to talk about their mission and how their organization would benefit from receiving our Impact Award. They will then have up to 4 minutes to address any questions from our members. Both the presentation and the questions will be timed by our timekeeper. We drew cards earlier to determine the order of presentations, and so it is my sincere pleasure to welcome this evening our first presenter, John Vodo, Director of the Tewksbury Police Athletic League.
Thank you very much. I don't think I've ever spoken in 5 minutes, so I'll do my best. I want to thank you guys all for the opportunity to come here and kind of pitch what we do and kind of make you guys aware of what our program does. But I will tell you this, I don't know much about your program, but I can tell you the players that you have and the people running this place, pretty awesome. And I might actually join tonight if I can. I don't know if there's some secret handshake or something, but I'll definitely do it. So, Police Athletic League, I've been dealing with it I've been working in it for 26 years, and we're all about the community and community engagement with the police. Obviously, the police, over the last couple of years, have drawn some attention, and obviously, those are some issues that we need to work out. We need to make sure that everyone in the community knows what we're doing and try to make us approachable. The most important people in this city, this town, are the kids. And the kids are our future leaders. They're all our legacy. We'll all pass one day, but your kids will be here to live on to you. And we've taken that approach with the police department. We've done many things over the 26 years, almost too many to speak in 5 minutes, but right now we're running the Police Athletic League wrestling program. I have 70 kids during COVID, still a little. 70 kids that come every Monday and Friday, and then went to a wrestling tournament this weekend. We got them shorts, t-shirts, sweatshirts. We provide them with training. We rent the gyms. We do all that other stuff. That's one of the things that we do. We've been doing basketball. We did flag football, baseball, all those things during the pandemic. We kind of shut down, but we're opening up. And fortunately, I was in Costa Rica when I heard the news. This came, but I had just upped our insurance because I want to do flag football in the spring. And I also would like to do Cal basketball again. So that's costly. So anything that we get here will be appreciated and we'll be able to use towards there. We also do stuff, we work with the police department now. We supplement sometimes the police department's ideas and stuff, like the Junior Explorers, Junior Police Academy, which went, we had, I think, almost 200 kids there this summer. For 1 week, we take the kids, we do physical fitness training, we give them classes and stuff like that. So if you're looking at what your money's gonna go for, A lot of that will be supplemented by maybe doing an extra week or two, because that's about $5,000 to run. And we also do like stuff like the ice cream truck, which costs money. Pal usually donates, basically sometimes buys the ice cream and stuff like that. So we're looking at doing a lot of things, and the money that you provide, if you want to, will lead me towards the kids in the community. The only thing that adults get from us is sometimes they run fundraisers and stuff like that, and we donate to those. We just gave $1,000 to the food pantry for Thanksgiving. We do that every year. That's a big thing that I used to have my kids come down and give out turkeys. I wanted them to see I grew up poor in Somerville, and I wanted to show my kids that there are people in the community that are needy. So that's all I have to say. We do everything with the organization. What your money will be spent for will be about the kids. It's always going to be about the kids with me, and I appreciate the time you gave to me. I also want to say the other two programs are well-deserving, and I'm proud to be even in competition with them. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, John. So, questions? Go ahead.
How do you reach youth that may not feel athletically inclined to come?
So I have to tell you right away, I'm hard of hearing. I'm a disabled vet, and I don't have my hearing aids in, so.
So you asked, how do you reach youth that don't feel welcome in athletics or comfortable around athletics? Is that a fair? Yep.
That's a great question. Bruce Steele, are you here? We were just talking about this earlier. I want to bring cornhole. Cornhole for the kids that aren't athletic and seem to have a good time. So, yes, we do other stuff like that. And the other issue is this. Like everything we do, like basketball, wrestling, all those things, basketball is like pickup basketball. Everyone plays the same amount of time. It's just fun. That's what we're all about. Junior Academy, those people, believe me, I can tell you this, we might have been poor when we were growing up, but we can do push-ups and sit-ups and run. A lot of those kids do not want to run. So we definitely take care of all those people. I happen to have a daughter that was dyslexic, so I teach college, and I'm very in tune to special needs and accommodations. And so we've actually had people in the wrestling room that couldn't hear, and the parents were very concerned, and I said, you know what, if you're willing to give it a try, I will. And the kid actually liked it. I mean, it was really interesting. And we try to make those accommodations because every kid matters, not just the athletes or educators. That's a great question. Thank you.
Do you have other questions? Any other questions for John? Oh, yes, go ahead.
I'm just wondering how is PAL different from the town rec leagues, or is it just like a supplemental thing?
So you're asking, how is PAL different from the town rec leagues, or is it a supplemental thing?
Yes. So we're a 501c or whatever that is. So we are a private organization, and we're not the police department. We're like almost like a spin-off. All the people in PAL, all the people on the board are police officers. So we run that. So we're a 501. We raise money just like other organizations, and that's how we best fit that we pay for the thing. So like PAL Wrestling, we charge a little to get in, and that's only so the kids have skin in the game. And I will tell you, over 26 years, I've learned. I paid for kids who didn't have any money and stuff, and they wouldn't show up at places, and we ended up eating the money. Also, I will tell you this, I used to promote, like, if you have financial issues, come to me and I would make it all good. When I did that, I had parents complaining, saying that people aren't paying their way. So if someone is in need and has no money, that's no problem for us. And that's the whole good thing about PAL or any other league. We don't care if you don't have any money. You're going to play. You're going to participate. Junior Explorers are nothing. We try to keep anything at low cost. And if we do charge, it's only just to get them to have skin in the game. Does that answer your question?
Okay, do we have any other questions? Go ahead.
It's not really a question, it's just a comment. My daughter was at the camp this past summer. It was her favorite camp of the summer. She absolutely loved it. And it wasn't athletically based specifically, but I think that was a huge thing that she really enjoyed and that she wanted to community.
So she had a comment that her daughter participated in the program this summer and had a great time. She is not athletically inclined.
No, I'm saying the program.
The program, I beg your pardon. I beg her pardon. Scratch that. I got auditory processing. The program was not athletically based. Okay, thank you. And she had a great time, so it's a testimony.
I just want to make something clear. So that was run by the police department. We supported it, pal. Paul Nicosia came up with that idea, and I'll be honest with you, I was down there running with the kids and having a good time. The kids were unbelievable. And it's so rewarding. And all the officers there wanted to go back.
All right, we're up. Time's up. Thank you very much. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. Our second presenters this evening are from Girls Inc. of Greater Lowell. With us tonight are Bopa Malone, the Executive Director, Tabitha Inagbare, who is our Teen Program Coordinator, and Sonia Ruas, who is a board member. So welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Bopa Malone, and I'm an alum of Girls Inc., and I'm just blessed to be now coming full circle and serving as executive director to this special organization, an organization that helps me to navigate two cultural worlds, build an enduring network, and become the strong, smart, and bold woman I am today. When I first arrived in the US after living in the Thai refugee camp for 6 years, I knew 2 words of English, yes and no. And as I was trying to acclimate to my new home and adapt to the new culture, my relationship with my very traditional Cambodian parents became strained, especially because I was a girl. They wanted me to stay home, do housework, study, and stay away from boys. And because of the horror that they experienced with the Khmer Rouge regime, that I was taught to not have a voice. Because of our lack of understanding and miscommunication, I became depressed, overwhelmed, and alone. Luckily, when I got into high school, I found Girls Inc., and because it was a safe place I could go to, and for girls only, my parents allowed me to attend. Initially, I attended the teen program just wanting to get out of the house, but the things that I learned and what I was taught would forever change my life. When I was a teen, I struggled with low self-esteem and an eating disorder. I needed help to make sense of the world. I felt the pressure of the American beauty through the media and the Khmer standard that told me that I wasn't good enough or attractive enough. I needed help to make sense of the world, and my Girls Inc. mentors took the time to listen, empowered me, and encouraged me to continue on and saw the potential in me that I didn't see in myself. Because of them, I was able to go to college, not only graduated with a bachelor degree, but went on to get a master's degrees, went back to Cambodia to help open an informal school, came back to work at Enterprise Bank for 16 years as a business advisor and vice president, where I helped to provide financial literacy to the Greater Lowell community. I'm so grateful right now to have the opportunity to empower a new generation of girls to lead a healthy, independent, and educated lives. It's people like Tabitha, who is now our teen program coordinator, that saved my life. So now I want to turn this over to Tabitha and have her share with you about our teen program in Lowell.
Hi everyone, it's good to see everyone. So very briefly, I just want to talk about one of the most important things about being at Girls Inc. So when talking about teenagers, you cannot have that conversation without talking about mental health. And a lot of our girls struggle with things that are out of their control. A specific member that came, I believe in August, had been in and out of foster care. She's 14 years old, and that's a lot of life to live, like for a lot of us who are older. And when she first came in, she had a lot of issues with building relationships and being in communication with the other members. And when we worked with her and tried to get her to trust other people over the course of the last 5 or 6 months, she's been a leader within the program and has shown to become a model of responsibility for the other girls. And most importantly, she recently shared with me that I finally feel safe. And that is our goal at Girls Inc., to make the girls feel safe. And once they are safe, they are able to achieve many things, just like Rupa and just like all of you girls that are here. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So as a member of the board of directors of Girls Inc., I wanted to come and just, support these ladies who are working with the girls every day and just share with you that our board is deeply committed to serving the needs of girls in the community, and this TEAM program is one of the things that is essential to that fight. And we're very invested in, the areas of mental health and diversity and inclusion. And so with your support, if you choose us tonight, it's something that we can definitely use to provide these programming, that helps create exactly what Tabitha said, a safe space for these girls to become strong, bold, smart, powerful women in the world, which we definitely need. So just thank you so much for having us here.
Does anyone have any questions for the Girls Inc. team?
How do girls become connected to the Girls Inc. program?
So the question is, how do girls get connected to the program?
So we do a lot of social emotional learning work, and doing that makes them kind of have to confront a lot of their emotions, and when they're vulnerable like that, it makes them easier to be in communicating with other people. We also focus a lot of work on creative stuff like art, painting, poetry, and things like that, to tap into their interests. And once they're able to do that, they're able to build friendships, build a little community while they're there. I hope that answers your question.
Can you share how you began the Girls Inc. program, how they connected to you, and how those
We do many ways. So we have on-site programming where girls after school comes on the bus or transportation to our site. But Tabitha actually goes off-site into the schools, building partnership with community organizations. So there's many ways that we actually interact with the girls. We provide programming on-site and off-site.
Other questions? Go ahead.
I know a couple of years ago, pre-COVID, Girls Inc. offered programming at our local school, at least in Bryan. Can you talk a little bit about how, if those girls came up and were able to access your programming, that they would then access the rest of your services or programming, or would they, your program that you offer, which is free for girls at Bryan, was that being a 10-week program or something like that? How does that translate longer term for them?
Sure. So basically, it's when girls are in the school, when we I just want to make sure that I'm repeating it correctly. They receive our programming in the school, and how do we continue?
If they needed more support.
Yeah. So that's where. So in terms of our programming, as you know, we want to provide free programming, but as you all know, it costs money, right? And it's hard for schools to pay. So your donation actually would allow us to be able to offer these programming for free in school. And as you know, when we engage with girls, it's not just in school grounds, it's inviting them to different programming where we have STEM lab, where we have civic engagement. So these are the things where they get invited to continue their programming. So personally for me, when I was a part of the program, actually, I started out in the school and then I was a peer educator, and then I came on site, taught the littles about all of the issues such as violence prevention, the danger of tobacco smoking, racism, sexism, homophobia. So these were the things where, you know, sometimes as a young person, having an adult teach you you may not want to listen, but having someone that is a couple of years older, you look up to them and you serve as their role model. So I hope that answers your question.
Other questions? Yes, go ahead.
How do you measure your impact?
How do you measure your impact?
So we're a part of a national organization. Girls Inc. is a national organization that's based in New York, and all of our programmings are research-based, and there's a regular impact report that we have to do and show. So it's actually a very, we have a system with that, and we're actually thankful that we have national to support us and help us to measure that.
Okay, our time is up for questions. If there are additional questions, you can definitely talk to them after our third presentation.
Is there any way we can do a selfie, like over here?
I appreciate that, ladies, because I know how important it is for nonprofits to be able to reach different audiences. So by sharing that photo, they will inspire perhaps other communities to start a 100 People Who Care group. So with that, we are moving on to our third and final presentation, and tonight we have Lowell Makes with us. We have Christy Matt, who will be speaking on behalf of the organization. She is the board secretary.
Thank you. So I wrote mine down because I could literally talk all day, and you don't need that in your life. So, engagement, education, entrepreneurship. I'm Christy Maddie. I am a Tewksbury resident, almost 10 years now, and I grew up in Lowell. I'm here representing Lowell Makes, a volunteer-run community makerspace that was founded in 2013. It's now housed in the Western Ave Mills complex. If you've been to the Western Ave Artist Studios, you've walked by our building. I'm on the board, and I also run our fiber and mixed media shop in the space. Everyone has different ideas when they hear the word makerspace. Some people think of like high school shop, metal shop, wood shop. Others think of engineers focused on circuit boards. Lowell Makes does have a pretty awesome wood shop. We also have a metal shop, we have engineers, and we do have circuits. But we're a lot more than that. We've got an active ceramics studio for hand building and wheel throwing clay. We've got a brew shop for making fermented items like beer and kombucha. We've got fiber and mixed media with sewing machines and all sorts of arts and craft tools and gadgets, because that's my favorite. We've got a media studio for photography, podcasting, video editing. We've got lasers, 3D printers, CNC routers, a cosplay shop, and more. You might wonder how much it costs for 24-hour access to all of those tools. Lowell Makes has held its membership fee at $49 a month since inception, in accordance with one of our founding principles, which is affordability for all. When you ask most of our members about Lowell Makes, though, they don't just talk about bandsaws and kilns and sergers. They'll tell you about our community. They'll talk about the things they've learned and the friendships they've made. They'll show you the amazing things they've been able to create. They'll talk about the classes they took with friends and family, building up new relationships. Some of you were able to see some of the things that we've made at our table, and if you ever come by, you can see more fun things. Because with all the tools and the people, there's opportunity. For some, it's just a matter of getting help and access to build a dream coffee table, fix a doorknob that's broken in the house, or make thoughtful gifts for your friends and family. For others, Lowell Makes offers a chance for independence and a new start. Our members use our space and tools to make connections, start side hustles, and even build full-scale businesses. One of our early members, Chelsea, started her pottery education business at Lowell Makes. You can now find her teaching classes in her own studio at Lowell at the Pottery Mill. Another member, Castro, has built a thriving business providing props and accents for cosplayers around the world. We have a constant stream of members who are prototyping ideas, learning new skills, and stepping out into the entrepreneurial world. 2 years ago, in the middle of the height of the pandemic, we signed the papers for the purchase of a 26,000 square foot warehouse. You may recall that I mentioned that we are entirely volunteer driven. We have no staff. Somehow, after years of struggling to survive, we found ourselves in our forever home. We've since grown from 150 members pre-pandemic to 330 members today. And now that we have the chance to breathe, we've finally been able to really look around outside to the community around us and ask where we can have the most impact. You asked what we would do with a $10,000 gift. Now, I don't know any nonprofit that couldn't think of plenty of meaningful uses for $10,000. We certainly can. But the question is a timely one because our board is engaged in a strategic planning process, and we've found a few key areas we're seeking to fund. One of our top priorities, as I mentioned earlier, is to ensure access to community members who might benefit from our space but who don't have the resources to cover our monthly fee. We're planning to start a scholarship program to provide free access to those who need it. The second community outreach goal is to increase our partnerships with local organizations. We have a number of community partnerships already, including one with the Entrepreneurship Center at Community Teamwork, where we offer free access to assist their clients with branding and marketing efforts. We've also worked with other local organizations to help bring their members into the space. We plan to offer free skill building classes to organizations whose members would benefit from strengthened workforce readiness. Lastly, we recognize the diversity of the greater Lowell community and plan to have our membership and support materials translated so as to provide a more welcoming, accessible environment for all. We strongly believe that access to community spaces like Lowell Makes can change lives for the better, and that by changing individual lives, we lift up entire communities. Whether through a stronger connection to others, skill building support, professional tools and materials, or a combination of the above, we've witnessed it firsthand. We'd love your support in making an even greater impact, and we'd love for you to come by. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Christy. And now Christy is joined by Lowell Makes incoming president, Rio Sabella, and outgoing president is Sam Burdett. So they are very happy to entertain questions at this time. Yes.
How do you choose and develop programs that you offer?
So the question is, how do you choose and develop the programming that you offer?
Yeah, so we have the advantage of having a very open conversational ability with our community. So we ask our community members what they want to see. What classes do you want to learn? What could you teach? What shops are we missing? What tools are we missing? We have an online message board as well as sort of the in-person meetings and community events that we host where we're always asking those questions. What can we do better? Where do you want to see us grow and in what directions? And so we've had a lot of new shops come up recently, and we've expanded some shops, bigger laser cutters, new CNCs, better 3D printing, as well as when we moved into the building, we had to reorganize everything, and that was an entirely community-based project. Our members stepped up and said, well, let's put a wall here, and then the shop will be this big, and let's move this over here, and that was all sort of done by committee, essentially, through our membership. So we, being entirely volunteer-run, we are not beholden to anyone except for our members in our community. So we get to make those decisions in-house for however we can best serve the people that make up our community.
Other questions for Lowell Makes? Mhm. All right, well, thank you very much. All right, so thank you to all of our 3 nonprofits and to the presenters. We now ask that our members take a moment to complete your ballots. Volunteers will begin circulating the room to collect all ballots so that we can quickly tabulate the results. If you have any questions that you would like to have answered before making your decision, please visit our nominees here and ask those questions privately if you'd like. And if you are here as an observer tonight, we hope that you enjoyed our meeting, and we hope that you'll consider joining our giving circle, either tonight or in the future. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Bayberry at Emerald Court and Wicked Cornhole. After the winner is announced, we invite our members to join us by the fireplace for a big check photo. And we also ask our sponsors to join our runners-up on this side of the room to present them with their checks for $250. Be sure to return your white donation envelope to the check-in desk and deposit it in the appropriate donation bin. If you would like to offer a gift of any amount to one of our runners-up, please use the brown supplemental donation envelope and drop it in their specially marked bin. Our March meeting date and location has not yet been set, but please mark your calendar for our Zoom check-in on Thursday the 12th from 7 to 8. And just as a reminder, tonight's winner will not be eligible to receive a 100 People Tewksbury grant for 3 years. If you nominated tonight's winner, we will look forward to receiving an updated nominee from you before the next pinwheel selection. Members are welcome to change or update their nomination at any time. Our simple nomination requirements are that the nonprofit have official and current 501c3 status through the IRS, be in operation for at least 3 years, and be situated within 20 miles of Tewksbury. We currently have 50 unique nonprofits as nominees, and we are excited to add more to the list. So take a couple of minutes to cast your vote and put your ballot into the baskets that are being circulated.
It's the moment you've been waiting for. The moment we've been here all night for. I'm gonna lay it on a little thick. It's time to announce our winner. Get excited. Get excited. All right. Tonight's winner for our Q4 Impact Award for the 100 People Who Care Tewksbury is Girls Incorporated. Congratulations. All right, all you know the rules. Please complete your donation envelope, and if you wish your supplementary donation envelope, and place them in the donation bins as soon as possible or on your way out. And we're going to have the check, and we want. First of all, I want to thank the Tewksbury Country Club, Mark and Lisa Ginsburg, our sponsors, our volunteers, and Tewksbury Telemedia. Can we get a round of applause? Thank you very much. All right, everybody up, come on up here. We want everybody to have a big check and Girls Incorporated for our photo. All y'all. Come on up. Come on, I see a table moving. That means you too, Jeff. Come on. Come on, we want everybody in the photo. Everybody's welcome. All come on up after you fill out your check. You guys look good with that big check. So come on in. Everybody fill on in. Fill in. All of us together. Tall people in the back. You know how it is. We've been doing this forever. I'm just going to keep talking. All right, this is the best looking group. Come on. Come on You're gonna need to get, you guys gotta switch a little bit. Hi, Trisha. Come on, Mark. Come on, Lisa. It's a big moment. We gotta fill in. I'm not gonna stand. Don't worry about Rita. All right, now on and all y'all, let's come on. Come on. I'm just gonna keep talking. Come on, everybody. Everybody address your attention to the balcony where our photographer is. Janine. Come on, Minnie. Maureen, brand shows, you coming?
I'm not taking anything. Okay, it took a bunch.
All right, we're good. Thank you. Board members, please stay. Board member. Laura, stay here, please. Thank you. Thank you all.